Shut up and sit down.
Welcome to the Big Blue Offensive Podcast with Mike Trainer, Jay Jules, and John Depot. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the BBO NYG Podcast. I am Mike, a.k.a. Chad Powers. That's Jules. That's John. Guys, what's going on in Twitterverse right now? I got to give, you know what? I've gone at this guy, but I got to give him credit, man. Even the sun shines on a dog's ass some days. He got this bracket going on. It's called the Giants Twitter Moron Madness. And it's just like, NCAA bracket, have all the people, everybody advances. And he put all the people that I guess he's ever had an argument with on this bracket. And we made it to the second round. I give it to him. It's funny. It's entertaining. I got to give him fucking credit.
It's getting a lot more votes than I expected. I mean, if you look at some of the results, like 400 or 500 people voted on some of this shit where it's like, wow, all right.
If you're watching, I know a lot of people just listen to the show, but we might want to tune into the YouTube version of this show because I'm going to share the screen right now. That's the guy that created it. At Jones to China. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of fucked up. But this is basically like all the people that kind of liked or got into this is all the people like we've pretty much went after. It's all the same crew. I really just it's all the Daniel Jones Haters Club members to me. That's all the people.
No, there's definitely a few people like breaking tackles. A few of these guys that we went at so many times that like are like just annoying haters that can't stand Daniel Jones that aren't on this bracket. So I actually almost took it as if this was someone that was on that opposite side and then created all the people that have been like more supportive or weren't desperate for a quarterback that we have to take one in the fucking first couple of picks this year. That's what I felt like was thrown into this AKA moron madness bullshit.
Yeah, it's basically like everybody like he's, that's on one side of the Daniel Jones fence. That's all it is. Breaking tackles, all the other fucking bozos on there.
They just aren't on there. It's wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's funny how that works out. Maybe we should create our own bracket, but you know what? I'm thinking about like how much time does this motherfucker at Jones to China got on his hands? You don't have a day job, motherfucker. Like, yo, go get your dick sucked somewhere, man. Instead, my man's like, fucking, I'm gonna put all this time into this fucking bracket or the people I fucking went after. Man, fuck you, Jones to China. Even though it was fucking pretty goddamn funny, man.
It's funny.
It was good. Funny. It was actually really good, man. So I give him credit for that for sure.
Usually when you're living off the government, you have a lot of time in your hands. I'm just saying.
Yeah, things are going great.
Fucking side money.
And honestly, we're probably not making it out of this round. Looks like we're going to lose to the 2 seed.
Is that a good thing? I mean, I guess it's a good thing.
I don't know. It depends how you spin it because apparently, like, there's still like 22 hours left to vote at this time at like 9:20 on Wednesday evening.
And John, what'd you say that we were less
85% less moron.
So I guess we got to take it as a good sign.
Yeah, I mean, because if you look at all the matchups, because I went through all of them just to see what was going on, I was like, oh, this is how you vote on this shit. And literally, this is by far the biggest separation of any of them. Some of them are real tight. Some of them are like 54%, 60%. Right. Like majority are tight. I think there might have been like the closest other one was like a 70-30 split. I like
all of them, Jules. I like all the people on this fucking bracket. I pretty much favorably interacted with a lot of them on there. I guess if I'm not following them, I gotta go follow them, I guess, on the BBO NYG podcast.
I mean, listen, honestly, the guy we lost to in the first round, I wasn't, but he sent a follow to me like literally last night.
Oh yeah, he's like, yo, congrats.
Yeah, he's like, all right, good luck to you in round 1 here. Let's go.
That's fucking great. It's great. Yeah, listen, it made me laugh. When I see the bracket come up, I was like, oh, that's great. And listen, I made it. We made it, boys.
We made it. That's it.
We started from the bottom. We made it to the top.
No, listen, we got out of the first round. So, listen, it is what it is.
Hey, listen, maybe next year we get to be crowned the biggest moron.
Yeah, who knows? We got to work up to it. But listen, all I got to say is if this is solely based on a quarterback situation, it's fucking insane how Miller Moss, I'm falling in love with this guy by the minute here because they're sucking him off on Fox 5 if you're currently watching this game, USC versus Louisville. Oh, that's right. And Caleb Williams is not playing. And yet his backup, sophomore, against the number fucking 10th ranked team in the country or 14th ranked, whatever Louisville is, but they're a top ranked team, he's fucking lighting them up. Okay. And Khalid Williams is a surefire, can't miss, number one, bro. He's a generational. He's going to be better than Trevor Lawrence. He's going to be better than Joe Burrow. Dude. And
USC quarterback.
Backup is fucking lighting it up better than he did. I almost want to see this kid play against Utah, fucking one of the Oregon and one of them.
It's USC quarterbacks, man. It's typical shit. The offense, the quarterback looks terrific because they're throwing to wide receivers that are pretty much open all day. It's pretty easy to throw in that situation when you're not getting fucking pressured and guys are wide open. And you know what? Another thing you kind of reminded me, Jules, is a lot of these guys that actually like this quarterback, and especially the guy that created him, you know, these were the Caleb Williams cocksuckers. They were all sucking his dick. Please, Giants, lose a game. Please, Giants, lose a game so we can have this guy. So, unfortunately,
they're the ones that are in this mix are in the bracket, or the ones that created it.
The one that created, of course, he's a Caleb Williams lover boy, and of course, all the people that are liking it, you know the people. I'm not gonna give the credit to the names.
There's no reason to keep even going down the list. You know who you are. You know who
it's all the same.
Names. But all meanwhile, like I said, Miller
usually
fucking leading another drive. Now look at this completion. Oh my God, this kid Miller Moss is on fire right now. He's about to go down the field and score for a fourth fucking time, bro. But Khalid is a nut. He can't miss. He can't miss, Caleb. Oh my God, he can't miss. He can't miss.
Unfortunately, that's the way it is.
Joke, bro.
During the entire history of our podcast, I don't know how many episodes we've done together, but it's got to be a couple hundred at least at this point. Jules has mispronounced 100 different people's names, and I still don't know if he's fucking around or not.
That's the whole point. Fucking Caleb.
Yeah, I gotta make a quick shout out too to the people underneath the brackets that are going after the BBO NYG podcast, saying a couple messages like, these guys are awful. They had some of the worst takes, blah blah blah. There's a couple people like that. Once a guy called Giants Make Me Mad at P1 picked by Banks or whatever the fuck. He's like, he said some bullshit like that. I'm like, I see you guys. You're the bozos. You know what I'm saying? So don't think you're gonna get off fucking that easy. I'm coming after you too. Once I get time.
By the way, Mike, during that whole talk right there, the kid Moss just threw his fourth touchdown of the first half in the USC Louisville game. But fucking Mr. Williams over here.
Let's draft that guy.
Fire, can't miss. Okay.
Let's draft him.
And you know what? The excuses will start rolling. Well, Louisville didn't really have all their defense. It'll be like 4,000 excuses. But the fact of the matter is, the sophomore backup quarterback for you fucking SC is lighting Louisville up, and they were a 6-point underdog going into tonight's affair. You know what I mean? So, like, go explain. Just explain that shit to me. Where this kid's fucking throwing for over 200 yards and 4 fucking touchdowns already. Like,
this is college football, bro. It's college football.
Like, it's a joke, bro. He's what is he? He's 13 of 18 for 218 yards and 4 touchdowns. 4, okay? And the second quarter is it's just about to end, like in the first half. That sounds
How many games has he played this year, Jules?
This is his first fucking start of the season. He's gotten in some garbage time when fucking SC was either blowing him out or getting blown out. But that's it. He had 300 yards passing on the season going into tonight's game.
It's pretty amazing what it looks like when a team.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like, dude, this is where you just have to take a moment and just realize that not everything is guaranteed and when it comes to the draft. We talk about it all the time. And yet here it is on display as the fucking thing is going on. This game is being fucking played, and this fucking dude is making a name for himself. And yet, you know what? There'll still be all the fucking people like, oh my God. It's just a joke, dude. I can't anymore.
I feel you. Well, we got a demotion to talk about, don't we, guys?
Well, yeah, demotion, a tight kind of game, I guess. I don't know. That game was. I don't even know what to say about that game. At the very least, we didn't get blown out, right? We were in the game to the bitter end. There was, I don't know. It was cool to see us go down fighting at least. If it wasn't for a botched kickoff return and an interception, who knows what the outcome of that game would have been. But we ran it till the end. I just wish that when Tyrod was scrambling around on that last play, he at least threw it towards the Giants. I mean, that shit was like right into the fucking hands of the Eagles defender. I was like, come on, dude.
It ruined my Christmas, man. I fucking hate the Eagles so much,
I
bro.
know.
They're the Dallas, I don't mind that much. Redskins, I don't mind that much, but the Eagles, bro, there's something about that dirty fucking city, dirty town. The only thing good about them is their cheesesteaks. That's it. Their jail cell and the old fucking vet was fucking awful and dirty too, just like them. I remember. Fuck that old stadium in Philly. Fuck that dump. I hate them. I hope they fucking once they get to the playoffs, I hope they fucking get blown out.
Hell yeah.
I'm surprised you said that you don't mind Dallas as much. I feel like Dallas and
It's like goes back to like my childhood. Like I remember like Randall Cunningham, Visek Hema, like these guys were like Randall Cunningham pissed me off one time because it was like fourth down, he was going for it. Then he just decided to punt and he punted like 90 yards down the field. I'm like, this fucking asshole. It's just like shit like that just fucking bother me. And the Eagles fans, you seen it, they eat shit. They win a Super Bowl for once in their life and they eat fucking dog, eat horse fucking shit. They're awful. They're god awful fucking people. If you ever been to a to Philly Stadium as a football fan, as a Giant fan, you fought them. There's no question. If you've been to that stadium, you had to get into at least one fight going down there. At least. Those people are fucking horrible. They're almost as bad as Jones to China, that guy. And another guy I want to shout out too. I see you, Zion, at Zion in heaven. He said some shit like, Crush is a Daniel Jones fan, but isn't as delusional. But BBO is next level super fan. He dick rides him crazy and does no wrong in his eyes. Fuck you too, Zion.
All right, so that kind of like solidified the fact that it is a Daniel Jones or we don't need to run out and get fucking a quarterback type of bracket thing.
That's kind of what it is.
Which where I see Moss lighting it the fuck up tonight. Oh my God, really? Go fuck yourself. Well, that's all I gotta say.
Let's draft that motherfucker. Fuck
you know what I mean? Like the kid's got to play 1 year at SC, but then maybe we get him in next year's 2025 draft.
Let's just wait for Archie Manning. You know what I mean?
That's it.
Wait for that.
And speaking of him, he might actually be transferring out of Texas because he might not play next year because the quarterback for Texas is coming back for 1 more year. So he doesn't really necessarily want to sit another season on the bench, and he might transfer out. That's the rumor basically going around.
I wonder where
depending on how Texas does. I mean, obviously that could change, but the quarterback currently that will be playing in the playoff for college playoff, the starting quarterback for Texas, can't think of his name offhand, but he's supposed to come back next year.
Interesting.
But you know what? If they somehow win the national title, we'll see how fast that lasts.
Yeah, word up. All right, so like Giant game. All right, I mean enough about Philly. The game, it was horrible with the referees. Just fucking, it was really annoying, man. It's almost like they got their hand in the game, like they're betting on the side too. It's like they almost needed Philly to win, even though and the Giants to cover the spread. It was just, some plays like Wandell got interference with the offsides by our center, our rookie center,
God, JMS right there.
Like what the fuck? Man? He didn't even move.
Ridiculous.
So it's like, shit like that. We kind of like, I guess because the Giants, like, we're losing. They don't care. They're going to give the call in Philly on Christmas because you know how Philly fans on Christmas treat the referees and the opposing players. They throw batteries at them. They threw batteries at Santa Claus. You know what I mean? So the rest were just trying to protect themselves. That's all it was. They're pussies. That's all it was.
I don't know. Sometimes you really can feel the hand of Vegas up the puppet of the NFL's ass. It's pretty wild. Like you watch these games and it's like, bro, you just it's an undeniable like just presence over the game.
Yeah, I mean that offside, was that right before the half? The JM right in the third quarter, right? It was right very like at that point in the game. That was the biggest bullshit fucking offside false start penalty I ever saw in my life, dude.
It's crap. And they made the Giants punt.
Oh, that was ridiculous.
Unfortunately, yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah, so shit like that, like I think in a normal game setting, I think the refs, while not perfect, I don't think that they make mistakes like that.
Yeah.
Routinely, I think that's just like a hey, listen, there's way more money on this than that, and this is how we have to have this game fucking go. It's not like they can call plays for the team, so it's just in those moments where you can have a game-changing play based off a flag or a non-flag. That's where you see fucking Vegas. It's just impossible not to say once you know what you're looking for.
Crazy, man. Like that shit was, Dable was livid on the sideline, man. And he fucking lost his shit with that play. And because literally went from being 4th and 1 to 4th and 6. Just on that.
Just on that play.
You know what I mean? Like it was that ridiculous.
Oh. He was doing his best Tom Coughlin impression, he was fucking red as fuck, man.
He was.
He definitely was. Did you see the halftime comment? I think it was halftime comment with Wink Markendale saying that he had to, his defense has to go against the other team's offense and our own offense. We have to be better than our own offense, basically, because our own offense ain't scoring points. Yeah, he kind of threw that out there.
I mean, it was kind of misquoted, but yeah,
that was the way that was kind of it was misquoted, but I'm saying that's how I interpret it. You know what I'm saying?
That is not a good sign.
and that's what led to, and that's what probably led to DeVito getting benched. At that point in time,
at halftime,
something had to be done. Like it was just too much of dealing with what took place in New Orleans, and it was continuing for 2 quarters in Philly. It felt like last year against Philly, and like he just needed some kind of spark, and he decided to go with the veteran and Tyrod.
Jules, these guys are getting mad because that's why we always keep saying there's no tanking in football. These guys are going out there. They want to win. They don't give a fuck about no college fucking kid that's coming in next year. Like some of these fucking, people sweating this bracket. That's all it is, man. These guys want to ball out. They want to they're men. They fucking playing sports.
Well, you know what it is too?
Like, they're competitive.
People fucking forget. Some of these guys want to get paid. Adori's a free agent after the season. You know what I mean? So he's like, he takes the last month off of the fucking season. How's he supposed to go out and get another contract? Teams are going to look at that. They're going to see him dogging shit. They're not going to want to fucking give him a contract offer because they're going to be like, yo, this guy don't got no heart. But like when you're out there busting your ass and you're trying to play for at least to get paid, at the very least in a losing season, at least you could like get that much out of it. Yeah, fucking you're gonna go out there, you're gonna win. And plus, a lot of these dudes, they're getting sick and tired of this fucking Eagles team. They're tired of fucking losing to these teams. They're tired of fucking like this whole mystique over it that fucking we can't beat Dak and we won 1 game against Philly in fucking the last 10 years. Like, after a while that shit gets annoying, man. You play these fucking teams twice a year. Like, enough with this shit. They don't like them. Like, fuck them.
Yep.
I don't even know if it's that much, so much of that as much as it is. This game is not like baseball or basketball or something like that, where you just go out, you play the game, and you're good to go 99.9% of the time. Like these guys are dealing with real injuries every single time that they go out on the field. They're risking life and limb, their literal health and their future every single time that ball fucking snaps. So if you're gonna play that violent and that fucking aggressive of a game, like you just have to play at 100%. You can't fucking just be sitting there. You're gonna get just wrecked, and you can literally have your leg snapped in half, or fucking have a vertebrae busted in your back, or get a concussion so bad you fucking lose days of your life. Like it's not, like I said, it's not baseball. Like you can't just fucking go out there and fucking loaf it for fucking 9 innings. Like you got to play at top speed, or else you have real life consequences to that physically. Not just contracts, not just ego, like literal physical ramifications for not playing at 100%.
No, you're right. Because like if you want to relax a daisy running back on defense in basketball, so be it. If you don't feel like running down the first base line to beat out a ground ball, so fucking be it, right? Where you start to do that kind of laxy daisy shit, all of a sudden you get blindsided and bolt lights out.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Just imagine an offensive lineman taking a playoff, bro. You got some 340-pound defensive lineman just crushing you, knocking the wind from underneath your fucking pads. Like,
well, John, this year looked like a lot of our offensive linemen took the year off. Unfortunately. But listen, we got the Rams coming up. Tyrod Taylor's the starter. They're gonna try to win. We're home, but listen, it's the Rams. It's McVay coach team. Rams are good, man. They're gonna be a sneaky team in the playoffs, man.
I think they are. And listen, because you said that, it was what they had the primetime game a couple of nights ago, or whatever, last week. And I looked and it was like $20 would win you 1,400 if they win the Super Bowl. I was like, fuck it, fire
Right.
away.
Yeah, why not?
You know what
Why
I mean?
not?
'Cause they got a shot at winning the NFC just like any other fucking team. You're not gonna sit here, especially after watching what happened to San Fran on Monday night rather.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that NFC is
Purdy
fucking
got
wide open, dude.
Purdy got a stinger. Fucking threw
Oh,
4 picks.
yeah.
He made like it was funny. All of a sudden, they talk about how Lamar is becoming like MVP now. I mean, listen, Baltimore's defense got 4 turnovers, made him, put their offense, Ravens offense, in like on their own fucking side of the ball to fucking score a touchdown. So just like I said always before, it's always a team game, man. You got to take that into account.
No,
So,
listen, if you're gonna say what team deserves or who rather deserves the MVP, how are you gonna ignore what Christian McCaffrey's doing? I mean, like, dude, that guy single-handedly kept San Fran in the fucking game.
I know.
Like,
Between
running back, there's only so much the guy can do.
It's him, and like I gotta admit, like Dak Prescott, dude, is having some fucking year, man.
But he lost to Miami and Buffalo in back-to-back weeks. You gotta win.
That's what it is. That's what changed my
names.
If he was beating those 2 teams, I mean,
listen, he was the guy.
But you know what? Against Miami, he led down late in the game and got that touchdown to Cooks. So he was right there. The defense kind of let him, even though the defense, like, fuck, I feel bad for what's his name? Number 11 on Dallas.
Parsons?
Yeah, Micah Parsons. I can't believe I forgot that dude's name. I felt bad for him because they were showing him getting held like a maniac against Miami. I'm like, yo, you got to call something. You got to keep the playing field a little fair for right there. But Miami came down, kicked the field goal, and won it.
And it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see if it was just a matter of the Rams not being healthy for a good portion of the season. Because if they come in and they handle the Giants this weekend, which they could, right? Then we'll say, oh shit, the Rams are a sneaky team that could fucking really make some noise in that NFC. But if they come and they're in a tight game with us, or they lose to us, that goes right out the fucking window. Because that's what I've been seeing a lot this year.
Very true.
There's been so much of that this year. Like, literally, as soon as the team is like, this is the guy, this is the MVP, this is the team, they're gonna be, oh my god, then they get fucking they get humbled real quick. And we got 2 weeks left to go in the season, and every team has been humbled so far this year. It's fucking incredible. And honestly, we'll get to the pick'em segment where I'll fucking get into that a little bit more, because I might see something happen here, but we'll see. We'll see.
Well, I got nothing else to talk about the Giants.
That's it for this week, man. Obviously, listen, Tommy had his run. I got Tommy demoted now.
Tommy demoted. Hey, it was fun while it lasted. You know what I mean?
Listen, and it's still a good story. And look, no one's saying the kid's out of the league. You know what I mean? Like, he just might end up back on the practice squad at some point. Or, the whole dream of him being a backup quarterback is still up in the air. We'll see what kind of preseason he puts together and all that kind of shit. He's still fucking, people are going to still know him. He's still going to get some notoriety in his area, and that's what it is. You know what, Mike? Like, you talked even about that guy Dobbs and how good he was doing with Arizona for a couple of weeks. And then he went out of Minnesota and he looked good in the first game. Then he played with them. And holy shit, what if the Giants would have gotten him and we could have salvaged the season? And then he came back down to earth, like that's what it is. Like, when you're a backup quarterback in this league, you're not meant to take the season over and take a team to a championship. That's very rare that ever happens. You're meant to come in, spark the team, keep the team alive, keep the team competitive, keep them in, maybe win a couple games here and there, and then the starter comes back to play. And that's it. And that's what DeVito did in a sense. But, unfortunately, our starter isn't coming back, and it's time to move on from it. That's it.
That's how football is, man. Injuries are part of the game. What are you going to do? All right, so I guess we'll take a quick commercial break, and then we'll get into some picks. If you guys want to bet and win some money, take a listen to us. We'll be right back on the Big Blue Offensive Podcast. All right, we are back on the BBO NYG podcast. I'm Mike, that's Jules, that's John. John, are you staying with us with these picks? Or you
I don't know. If Jules is on doing his whole spiel, I'm just gonna fucking cut.
Well, we got a lot to talk about. There's only like 2 games, 3 tops that I'm really gonna get into. Other than that, I'm kind of over it.
I mean, if you guys want to do a quick run through game pick.
Well,
hang out.
you have to be ready to like pick immediately as soon as Mike reads it all out, and then we'll do everything right after that.
All right, yeah, that's good. All right, John, ready? Here we go.
Thursday night
game
football.
at Cleveland. At Cleveland, Browns are favored by 6.5 against the New York Jets.
Cleveland.
Yeah, no doubt. There's no doubt about that. I mean, that's
I told
our
you
key
some of them
bet.
are going to be real quick. I'm like,
Right.
yeah,
that's our key bet right away. You know what I'm saying? All right, so only one Saturday game this week, Saturday night game, because we got some bowl games going on, so that takes up most of the afternoon. It's Dallas at Dallas. They're -5.5 against the Lions. John,
I'm going Lions here, bro. Fuck
I like
Dallas, every
Dallas.
day of the week.
Dude, I like Dallas because I'm starting Dak Prescott in my fantasy championship.
All right, I'm done. See you later.
I have to.
Yeah, the only thing with this is that I don't know if Dallas loses 3 straight. Do they really lose 3 straight at home? I don't know if they cover though. So if they're getting what? How mmany points?
They're actually favored by 5.5. But Detroit, you know why? Because Detroit, their pass defense is complete garbage.
It's garbage.
They get torched.
The over's the real bet here. But you know what? I'll take the points. I'll take the points because if Dallas does end up winning, it'll probably be by a field goal at best.
All right, I think Dallas blows them out actually. But all right, guys, I see your point. All right, so I guess the Lions it is. Next game, we got a lot of Sunday games, especially 1:00. It's like 10 games in one. Indianapolis.
New Year's Eve in, they got to go out and party later on.
Yeah, that's right. I'll probably be fucking falling asleep after the night game. At Indy is -2.5 against Vegas. Yo, Vegas is playing ball, man, huh? Antonio
Vegas here.
Honestly, that's so who do you like, John?
Vegas.
Yeah, man. Antonio Pierce, man, he's got those boys fucking bowling out.
I gotta think. I don't know, man. I know they played great against the Chiefs, but I kind of like the Colts in this one. But if I'm outvoted on this, I'm outvoted. But that's just my bet there. That's the game because either that team is either going home with a loss or has got a shot at the playoffs. So that's literally what that game is all about. That's like a playoff game. It should be fun to watch.
It should be. All right, next game at Chicago. They're -2.5 against Atlanta.
I'm going to Atlanta here, actually.
All right, he likes Atlanta. I kind of like Chicago. They're at home, and Fields has been playing good. Dude's like, yo, you ain't drafted a quarterback.
Yeah, Atlanta fucking screwed me a couple weeks ago in one of my picks. So fuck them. Yeah, I'll go with the Bears. Let's go Bears. Plus, we got to root for the Bears anyway. Let's get them back out in the fucking back end of the draft. All right, next game at Jacksonville. They're -6.5 against Carolina. You think Jacksonville bounces back, John?
Yep.
Jules?
If they don't,
I know, right? That's why
they can still lose the division if they fucking lose this game.
But it's Carolina. I can't take Carolina.
Yeah, it's hard to take Carolina.
That's what it's kind of.
Yeah, you take Jacksonville all day. All right, next game at Tampa. Yo, Tampa's been playing pretty good, man. They're -2.5 against the Saints. Now, this is a trap game. I actually like the Saints. John, what do you like?
Saints.
Yeah. Dude, I think that's a trap game, man. I think people are riding high on Tampa. You got to watch out for those Saints, man. They're a weird team.
I like it as a coin flip, so I always go home team on that, but that's just me.
I get that.
Yeah.
All right. Ooh, next game. At Philly. Philly's favored by 10.5 against the Cardinals. I love the Cardinals getting those fucking points. Philly, they don't look good, right?
They seem out of sorts, but I can never pick the Eagles, so I'll have to go with you with the Cardinals.
Honestly, I think the Eagles are going to smash them.
Yeah.
At home, West Coast team coming over to the East Coast for a 1:00 game on New
Year's Eve. That's true, yeah.
They're going to fucking smoke them. Because they literally, especially depending on what happens with the Dallas and fucking Detroit game. Yeah, I despise the Eagles, okay?
I know.
I honestly think they're gonna fuck Arizona up.
I just want to point this out that you guys have me on for this pick segment, and each of one of you guys have picked both the Cowboys and the Eagles to blow out their opponents.
Not me. I'm taking Arizona.
You have to. I gotta take my hat off on this one. Like, yeah, sorry, we're not Giants fans right now. We're just gamblers.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, right now we're gamblers.
We're just gamblers, right?
Next game, San Fran is -13.5 in Washington.
John, what do you think?
Oof.
I think honestly 49ers just because Commanders is terrible. So
But does Purdy play?
I
Yeah.
don't really think it matters.
He's got that stinger, right? Does he play, or is it Sam Darnold?
I mean, they said he's good to go, so
Really? They did say that already?
they said that already. Yeah, listen, he better be.
Yeah. I guess.
Honestly, I think even if Sam Darnold plays, I think
I'm
they
in
can
my
still do
one
it.
and only fantasy chip, and that's my quarterback. So let's go.
All right. Listen, I'll take. All right. I'll ride with Sanford. I can't bet Wash. That's crazy. All right. Next game, Rams are playing the Giants, and the Rams are favored by 6.5 in New York.
That's great. Giants.
Giants all the way, right? Got to do it. It's the Giants. Got to do it. You can't bet against them. All right. Next game. Ooh, at Buffalo. They're minus 11.5 against New England. And don't forget, New England beat Buffalo earlier this year, right? In New England, which is bullshit. Because I bet them. I remember that game. Does Buffalo blow them out, John?
Yeah. Buffalo's getting ready for playoffs.
Yeah. Jules, you think so too?
Yeah, and especially New England got their win out of this system last week. Like that was that win, you know what I mean? It's not like they're building off of that win. That was just like they wanted one more win before the end of the year type of thing.
So Vegas destroys the Chargers. Chargers almost beat the Bills. They only lose by 2. How do you fucking bet football this year? I don't know. So I guess we'll take. I mean, I'll take Buffalo. I don't. You know what the fuck? I guess I have to. Maybe a nice little tease: San Fran, Buffalo, and somebody else in a
tease them
3-game
down.
Tease
The
them
Eagles.
down. That'd be
Put the Eagles to win.
Maybe.
If you're that confident, put the fucking give fucking.
I'll give Arizona like 20, 21.
There you go.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see about that one later on this week. All right, next game at Houston. They're minus 3.5 against Tennessee. Is CJ back, or has he still got that concussion?
I thought I saw someone have him in their starting lineup against me in the championship game. So I don't know for sure, but
and they're in Houston, so they're home.
They do have him listed as questionable. CJ Stroud.
Yeah, I mean, if he plays,
yes.
Tennessee's not that, not that team, All right, so we'll roll with Houston. At Baltimore, they're minus 3.5 against Miami. Baltimore's the favorite against Miami.
John, what do you like
good.
here?
Miami's good.
Miami. I definitely am going Miami here.
Is that
all right? Well, that's what I was saying, because I think the way that this entire NFL season has gone, every time they start fucking inflating a team, they get knocked off that pedestal. Baltimore's now that team. They're going to get knocked off the pedestal. Miami will be put on it. They'll probably get knocked off next week. You know what I'm trying to say? Like that's
how it works, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll roll with Miami. No doubt. All right. At Seattle, they're minus 3.5 against Pittsburgh. Geno Smith is back.
Fuck Geno Smith.
Pittsburgh played with Mason Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer. He fucking played pretty well the other day. Dude, I don't know. I don't know who to take in this game. It's Mike Tomlin has that team. That team ain't that great, but they're playing fucking well, man.
Mike Tomlin is just the case study for when you got a good coach, you always can win. And fucking Mike Tomlin's that guy. Gotta go Steelers. I mean, Pete Carroll also, but just Mike Tomlin, he's just an NFL head coach, bro.
This is where the Steelers trap you in the betting world. Just because no one really bet them last week except for myself. And you were like, oh, they're going to beat the Bengals. There's no way. Then they win. And now you're like, oh, shit, the Steelers are back. Mason Rudolph. I love it. Tomlin. Exactly what we just saying. And you go to Seattle and disappoint the shit out of you.
Right, to get a little tape on them.
Seattle all day.
Yeah. All right, you sold me, Jules. I'll take Seattle.
Right. If they sold me Seattle, then, oh, fuck, we got to start looking at Pittsburgh.
I know. All right. Kansas City, they're minus 7.5 against the Bengals. I'm actually sitting Mahomes and starting Dak Prescott in fantasy football because Mahomes, dude, when you look at that offense in Kansas City, that offense looks like garbage. Some of his wide receivers are Daniel Jones' exes. And then you got Travis Kelce, which, he was banged up going into this year. He doesn't look like the same player. Now he's going out with Taylor Swift. So, like on his days off, he's on private fucking planes, dealing with that fucking shit. So, man, she ruined him, man, because Kelce looks like complete garbage right now. I got to go with Cincinnati.
John?
Something's telling me Chiefs.
Something's definitely telling me Chiefs, because if they lose this game, Mike, and the Raiders win, then literally the Raiders are fucking right there to challenge for the division, and they have to go out and ball out on week 18. So
Dude, how awesome would
they
that
get
be?
it done this week.
I don't know. I'm rooting for the Bengals, man. I want them.
Oh, I'm rooting for the Bengals. That's
You
a
know what I
different
mean?
story there.
All right. Kansas City is, but listen, I think Cincinnati pulls it out. All right. Next game at Denver, they're -5.5 against the Chargers. Denver's, they're sitting Russell Wilson because apparently Russell Wilson, they wanted him to rework his contract with some guaranteed $37 million coming to him. He said no. They got real nasty about it, and now he's benched the rest of the year.
That's what the benching was about. Okay, so I didn't really read into it. Didn't know it was all that. Okay, all right.
That's
John, who do you
happening.
like?
I'm going Chargers here.
Sean Payton don't fuck around.
Oof. I still just can't with fucking Easton Stickman. All right.
I know, man.
I just don't feel confident in Easton. I'm sorry. It just
what is his parents? Did his parents make aluminum baseball bats or some shit?
Maybe they were little league bats.
I mean, I'll still take Denver at home. Fuck it, right?
Better you than me.
What do you? I mean, John took the Chargers, Jules, so you got to pick.
I said Broncos.
Yeah, you're okay. You're right with the Broncos.
Home team.
Gotcha. All right, last game.
What sold it?
Last game. It's the NBC game, 8:20 game, the very last game for this weekend for the new year. At Minnesota, they're -1.5 against Green Bay. Oof, I don't know.
John, what do you think?
Vikings here.
Vikings?
I'm going home team.
Yeah, got to go with home team on that
home team
situation. All right, so we got one key bet. We're taking Cleveland over the Jets. All right, guys, I'm taking Dallas.
John, who's your key bet?
Miami,
okay. Now, Jules.
Oof. Kind of like that Miami one. All right, no big deal. Let's see. I'll go Jaguars. And if they don't, like, it's one of those ones where it's like, fine, I'll rather die with it, because if they fuck that game up against Carolina, they might ruin their fucking season. So yeah, Jaguars it is for sure.
No doubt. All right, that's a wrap on the pick.
That's a wrap. Look, there's still some time to vote. So if you hear this, go vote for us in that fucking that bracket. All right,
the moron bracket.
Make us a little bit more respectable against NYG Crush. But other than that, listen, have a happy and safe holiday. Enjoy it. It's almost at the end. I mean, I can't believe that we're literally sitting here and saying that 2023 is over. Like, this shit fucking flew by. I really feel like we were literally having this conversation. It was last year. We were riding high because we were talking about the Giants going into the fucking playoffs. I mean, that literally felt like a conversation we had a couple of months ago, not a fucking year ago. But that's the case, all right? And this is the type of season 2023 turned out to be. So maybe it's a good thing that it fucking flew by, and we get ready for 2024 as we turn the calendars on Sunday night. But until then, be safe, be happy, be good, like and subscribe, and have a happy new year.
Happy New Year.
Go Giants.